everyone, my name is Farhanim. Today, I would like to confront a critical challenge facing Malaysia's vibrant food service sector, which is systematic job discrimination that undermines both workers' dignity and business sustainability. Recent cases, like the wrongful termination of an employee for wearing religious attire and the alarming rise in HIV-related workplace bias, reveal deep-seated inequities. Studies show 64% of Malaysians experience workplace discrimination, which ethnicity sitting in 32% of cases. For restaurant workers, this pattern manifests through hiring bias, unequal task delegation, and wage gap, particularly affecting women, minorities, and marginalized groups. Why is this an ethical imperative? Our industry's diversity is its strength, yet the 2024 data shows discrimination at a 5-year high. When workers face bias based on race, gender, health status, or faith, it violates Article 8 of our federal constitution and erodes trust in our businesses. The restaurant sector's reputation for inclusivity is at stake, with discrimination directly impacting employee retention and customer perception. Let's talk about discrimination in our beloved mamak stalls, nasi kandar joint, and fine dining restaurant. This isn't just about fairness, it's about protecting Malaysia's soul as a multicultural society. First, hiring bias, the cultural fit trap. Imagine Aisha, a qualified hijab-wearing candidate rejected for a front-of-house role because customers prefer a different image. Recent cases, a KL restaurant fired an employee for wearing a cross necklace, sparking calls for a national anti-discrimination act. We should standardize hiring criteria across race and religion, like McDonald's enforcing diversity policies after their Seremban outlet number of KU workers. Second, unequal pay, the silent RM disparity. Meet Siti and Ahmad. Same role, same hours, but Siti earns 1,800, Ahmad gets 2,300. Do you know that Malaysian women earn 66 cents for every RM 1 ringgit? Men make. Worse in restaurant which cash pays pay. How is it happen? Patriarchal norms trap women in low-paid roles like cashiers, while men dominate chief positions. Third, harassment, the joke that isn't funny. Case study, the Darsa fried chicken controversy erupted when staff blamed Type C for bad reviews. My solution idea, we should adopt McDonald's zero tolerance policy, sack managers enabling abuse. Fourth, promotion barriers, the coconut ceiling. 80% of restaurant managers are Malay or Malaysian Chinese. Minorities face systemic exclusion. Example, legal push. We should follow Australia's lead. The mamak chain there paid RM 270,000 for wage theft. Fifth, scheduling discrimination, the invisible punishment. Example, single mother Mei Ling gets Ramadan midnight shift while unmarried colleague work prime hours. Here is the tactic alert. Marginalized staff often get clopening shift or last-minute changes. Malaysia needs predictive scheduling like California. Why this matters to Malaysia? Multicultural erosion, incident like Darsa's racial remarks written of Muhibah dining culture. Economic costs, wage gaps stifle women's APF saving, creating generational poverty. Global shame, ranked 102nd in gender equality behind Vietnam and the Philippines. Call to action. The first one, boycott discriminators like Malaysian did with Darsa. Second, demand transparency. Post salary range like Australia Fair Work Act. Third, be an ally. Next time you see bias, say, ini tidak adil. Mari kita jadikan restoran Malaysia contoh dunia di mana nasi lemak dan keadilan dinikmati bersama.
Assalamualaikum Society. My name is Azlenda binti Muhammad Tahir. On this slide, we will discuss on an ethical principles in employees discrimination. Ethical principles offer a clear path for restaurants to build fair, respectful, and inclusive workplace, ensuring that every employee is treated with dignity and given equal opportunities to grow and succeed. In any restaurant, from local eateries to high-end dining, the strength of the service comes from the people behind the scene, the chef, waitstaff, cleaners, and managers. Unfortunately, many talented individuals face unfair treatment based on factors like gender, race, age, or background. Ethical principles in employee discrimination. Number one, uphold fairness. Restaurants have an ethical obligation to ensure that every employee, from kitchen staff to front of house service, is given equal opportunity and fair treatment, regardless of their gender, race, religion, age, or nationality. Fairness means providing equal chances for hiring, training, promotions, and assigning duties based on merit rather than bias or stereotypes. For example, a restaurant that offers promotion opportunities only to male servers while sidelining female employees, despite similar performance, is violating fairness. Ethical businesses prevent this by setting clear, unbiased criteria for all roles. Number two, respect human dignity. Every individual in the workplace deserves to be treated with kindness, professionalism, and dignity, regardless of their background, physical appearance, or beliefs. Discrimination, whether through offensive jokes, unequal treatment, or exclusion, damages an employee's self-worth and mental health. Example, if a restaurant manager allows racial slurs or sexist remarks among staff without taking action, this violates human dignity. Ethical restaurants address such behavior immediately through policies and training to ensure a respectful workplace. Number three, promote justice. Justice in the workplace means identifying and correcting unjust practices or policies that create inequality. Ethical restaurants don't just avoid discrimination, they actively seek to fix systems or habits that disadvantage certain groups, whether through pay gaps, bias shift assignments, or unfair evaluations. Example, if an immigrant worker is consistently given fewer hours or less favorable shifts despite good performance, management must step in, investigate, and correct this imbalance to uphold justice. Number four, foster inclusivity. An inclusive restaurant environment embraces diversity by welcoming employees from all walks of life and making sure everyone feels like they belong. Inclusivity goes beyond hiring. It involves creating a culture where staff feel valued, heard, and able to contribute fully without fear or discrimination or exclusion. Example, a restaurant could celebrate cultural diversity by allowing flexible scheduling during religious holidays, offering anti-discrimination workshops, and encouraging feedback from employees about workplace fairness. Why addressing discrimination is critical. Now that we have discussed why addressing discrimination is crucial for both ethical and business reasons, let's explore some practical steps and best practices that restaurants can implement to create a fair and inclusive environment for all employees. Number one, legal compliance. Addressing discrimination is not just an ethical responsibility, it's a legal requirement. Failure to prevent or respond to discrimination can lead to lawsuits, financial penalties, and serious reputational damage for a business. Many countries, including Malaysia, have labor laws and anti-discrimination acts that protect workers from unfair treatment based on race, gender, age, disability, or religion. Example, a restaurant that ignores complaints about gender-based pay gaps or racial harassment could face investigation by labor authorities, heavy fines, or even be forced to shut down due to a legal action. Number two, workplace morale. Discrimination creates a toxic work environment, lowering employee morale and causing stress, disengagement, and resentment among staff. When workers feel undervalued or unfairly treated, they are less motivated and more likely to quit, leading to high turnover and decreased productivity. Example, if your younger staff are consistently favored over older, experienced employees for shift or promotion, it can demoralize the entire team and create a lack of trust in management, affecting service quality and teamwork. Number three, customer perception. In today's socially aware world, customers care about how businesses treat their employees. A reputation for fairness, inclusivity, and respect not only helps attract skilled and diverse talent, but also builds customer loyalty. Consumers prefer to support businesses that reflect their own values of equality and human rights. Example, when news break of a restaurant involved in discrimination, like unfair hiring practices or mistreatment of staff, customers often boycott the brand, damaging sales and public image. Number four, ethical leadership. Businesses that actively fight against discrimination demonstrate ethical leadership, inspiring other companies to do the same and setting a positive standard within the industry and the local community. Ethical leaders help create safer, fairer workplaces and encourage continuous improvement in labor practices. For example, a restaurant that provides diversity and anti-bias training and has clear reporting system for discrimination shows a commitment to leading by example rather than just following the minimum legal standard. Thank you.
Salam sir, I'm Noazina. I would like to present my part on comprehensive strategies to combat employee discrimination. Below are strategies each grounded in ethical reasoning and designed for practical implementation in the restaurant industry. Number one, develop and communicate clear anti-discrimination policy, ethical principle, justice and fairness to promote a fair and respectful workplace organization should develop clear and inclusive anti-discrimination policy. This policy must define unacceptable behaviors such as discrimination, harassment, and bias in a way that is easy to understand. It is essential to communicate this policy to all employees during the onboarding process and to display them prominently in common staff areas. To ensure accessibility and understanding for everyone, the policy should also be translated into multiple language based on the needs of the team. Number two, implement regular comprehensive training, ethical principle, education and empowerment. It is crucial to provide regular, comprehensive training for all staff, including management, to address topics such as bias, harassment, and inclusivity. Training should be interactive and engaging, using formats like role player and group discussion to foster deeper understanding and empathy. To ensure that the training remains relevant, it should be updated regularly based on feedback from participants and any changes in legal requirements or organization needs. 3. Establish safety and awareness reporting mechanism. Ethical principle, protection and confidentiality. To protect employees and maintain a respectful work environment, it is important to provide a secure anonymous platform or hotline to reporting concerns such as discrimination or harassment. Employees should feel confident that their report will be taken seriously and handled without fear of retaliation. Additionally, it is essential to train managers on how to handle reports ethically and sensitively, ensuring that all concerns are addressed by respect and confidentially. Number 4, ensure consistent and impartial enforcement. Ethical principle, accountability and equity. It is essential and investigated all complaints fairly, ensure that every case is treated with impartiality regardless of who is involved. Disciplinary action should be applied consistently and transparently to maintain trust in the process. Additionally, keeping detailed record of all incidents and outcomes is important for ensuring accountability and tracking effectiveness or of enforcement measurement. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazana binti Muhammad. I'm going to elaborate more on the strategies. The first one is lead by example. Owners and managers must visibly affirm zero tolerance for bias by intervening in unfair incidents, attending diversity workshops, and mentoring underrepresented staff. Leadership models the respect and accountability expected at every level. Number two, foster an inclusive, diverse culture. Proactive recruitment from varied talent pools, community centers, vocational programs, and minority-focused job boards builds a workforce that reflects its community. Celebrations of culture holidays, flexible scheduling, and transparent promotion paths deepen mutual understanding and signal that all backgrounds are valued. Number three, provide support and resources. Safe, easy reporting channels, anonymous hotlines or designated HR contacts encourage employees to speak up without fear from impartial investigations paired with counseling referrals or peer support groups. Ensure grievances are addressed swiftly and compassionately. Number four is regularly review and improve practices. Tracking metrics, representation ratios, employees' engagement surveys by demographic and complaint outcomes, highlights patterns of concern, quarterly audits and staff feedback loops, foster continuous refinement, turning diversity effort into an evolving priority rather than a one-off project. So the conclusion by leading with integrity, nurturing an inclusive atmosphere, supporting those who face bias and maintaining transparent oversight, restaurants can eliminate discrimination and empower every team member. This ethical commitment not only honors individuals' dignity but also drives innovation, loyalty, and lasting business success. Thank you so much.
Hi, it's me again. Before we go to the conclusion, let's reimagine our restaurant not just an eatery, but a school of justice, where every roti canai and teh tarik comes with a side of fairness. Every act of discrimination, from unequal pay to racial slurs, violates to the Rukun Negara and Malaysia Madani principle. This isn't just about legality. It's about human dignity guaranteed by our federal constitution. Business case reputational armor. Restaurants like McDonald's Remban prove anti-discrimination policy attract progressive customers and avoid scandal like Darsa racial remark controversy. Employee loyalty. anti-bias training and whistleblowing system, reduce turnover in an industry with 75% staff attrition rates. Customer trust. Studies show Malaysian boycott restaurants with discriminatory practices. Inclusivity becomes your reputation insurance. Idea for actionable strategies. From kitchen to table. First one, zero tolerance policy. Adopt foodie coaches code of conduct to ban all discrimination, including microaggression like "you are so slow." Second, interactive training. Use bystander training modules to teach staff how to intervene when colleagues face inappropriate remarks. Third, monthly pay audits. Ensure women, low-income, disabled workers receive equal pay. Report transparently like ESG disclosure. The best restaurants aren't those with the highest untung, but those with the strongest keadilan. Ethical policy let us serve not just nasi lemak, but masakan keharmonian for future generation. Ask yourself, this is our restaurant fairer today than yesterday? If not, mari mulakan perubahan. One shift, one worker, one customer at a time. Thank you.